Hello, this is Eddie, Fast Eddie's. We're here looking at a Whirlpool Cabrio. The customer says it won't complete a cycle. Basically, just won't run. It stops. Doesn't tell him anything. So we're going to go find out what's wrong with this. He says it's making some noises too. So the first thing that we do, come out, and I want to find out what's wrong with these things with codes. Okay, and this model does it right here. Okay. But basically, you turn the knob one back, three forward, one back. Okay, we're gonna do it again. One back, one, two, three, one. Or one. Oh, there's one more step. It's back, back. So it's you turn one this way, you turn one this way, three that way, one back, one forward. Okay, so let's try this out again. Okay, so we're gonna go one back, three forward, that one time didn't do it. Let's bring it back here where it's lit up area. Okay, so bring it one back, two, three, and there it went. Okay, you gotta get it timed right too. That timing is almost as important as how the way to do it. But that's the button dance. And the first light, we're gonna turn one to the right. Okay, it'll show 01, or if you don't have anything in your display, it's gonna say done. Okay, then we're gonna hit start. You're gonna get CL, and that's the clear spot. If you were to hold start right now, it would clear the codes. We don't want to clear codes. Okay, this is your code. Okay, so you gotta, and it says it in the display on this one, luckily, which was nice. I picked this unit just for this reason. So this one's showing us E1 F2 or F1 E1 F2 E1, vice versa. Once we get our manual out, we figure out which way it goes. So we're getting a little handy dandy manual out here, which I'm gonna get a close up on it so you guys can see this. But if you have one of these models and you're having some codes and you don't know how to get into this thing, basically what you're gonna do is this manual, that manual right there, is located right here on the front of the unit, right in the spot behind this panel. So what you do is you take your hand, push down on the tub without breaking it, you reach in there and you grab it. Let's see if you can see the spot. See if we can share that spot here. Well, there it is. You can see just a little bit of there it is. You see that? That's the bag that manual came out of. So you just reach in there and grab it with your fingers, on the top of that bag there, and grab that bag out of your washer. And you'll have this guy. You turn into, I don't know, on this one it's page 6. Again. Yeah, it's page 6. Okay. I'm just going to run over these real quick so you guys can see all this stuff. Yeah, you guys can see that now. These are the codes that they don't want you to know. Whenever I come out and look at this washer, the first thing I'm going to do is go and pull these codes. They're going to tell me exactly what's wrong with your unit. Okay? So, okay. Okay, so now we got the, what was it? We got F1, we got F1, wrong way. F2, E1. So we're going to go down our list here. F2, E1, right there. It's a stuck key. So basically a stuck button at some point. Okay? So that could be from somebody leaving something on the washer. That could be just the control board acting up. That could be anything. Or it could be an actual button being stuck. Okay? If you notice your washer, like you hit a button and it doesn't want to work, it's probably stuck. But on this one, I don't think that that's the case. So we're going to move on. So now we're just going to turn one more to the right. Okay? Now what do we got? F1, E2, which is motor control fault. I see that? F1, E2. F1, E2. Come back over here. Motor control fault. Now that one is a more curious one. That one, I'm going to tell you, when I first got here, I could hear some kind of, I don't know, like a buzz or electrical sound out of the control board, which immediately made me think about that control board. But this confirms it. So we're going to be looking at that control board today. And see if we have any other codes. Okay? This thing can have up to 4 or 5, I think. So we're going to go to the next one. Got F0, E5. Now that's a kind of a weird one, because if you look at the display, it shows two. It shows sensing and soak, and it shows rinse and done. If you look over here, down here, you have an F8 and an E5. Okay, and that's same. It lines up the same with that display. So I'm going to tell you it's an F8, not an F0, and that is a hot and cold reversed. So basically, the hot and cold valves are reversed. Just need to swap your hoses or just double check them. I imagine a bad control board can be doing all kinds of weird, crazy stuff. So it could be just the control board itself if it's bad. So, but we're going to go to look at that first before we do anything else. Now that we got our codes, wait a minute here. Forgot. We need to go ahead and move on. Check, make sure we have nothing else. And that says E0, E0. That's no code. That's clear. Okay. Now you see where you're seeing clear. See the CL, and all the lights are blinking. Now we're going to hold start and clear it. But if you guys listen, that thing, every time it blinks, it's making a little sound. So that's something else. So we're going to hold start. And it beeps once. Okay, and hit power. Alright, now let's just double check ourselves here, make sure this thing's cleared. Okay, we're going to go one right, two, okay, back in there. Now we have 0 codes on the first digit. See? So, we cleared the codes. Now the next thing is we're going to pop this panel off, this top. We're going to start looking at this control board. Basically what we're going to do is lean the washer forward. You have a screw there. See here. You have a screw here. A screw here. This is going to fold out, fold it out of the way. between the water valves you have a screw right there, and right on the other side of the cord you have a screw, and then you got a screw here and a screw here. We'll pull that panel off, and we'll go to the next step. Next time you build it, just okay. Well, the customer showed me an error of my ways here. Right there's an F0E5. It was the second one. It was the third one down the list. I just missed it. But that is an off-balance load detected. Okay, right there it is. So it's not. We had, what was I said it was? I thought it was an F8 E5. Is this one? The cold water reversed. So I was wrong. Okay, I got caught. So there it is. But we don't have to worry about the valves now. Now it's just an out of balance load. No big deal. But we still got a control board to look at. Okay, we're back. I went ahead and popped the front panel up on it. I've already got the back panel loose. Go ahead and show you that. Just got it hanging back there. Now this is going to tilt back. It's going to kind of pull forward and tilt back, I do believe. Yep, there goes. See? Now what you're going to do is you're going to stick a putty knife or something up in here. Okay? You're going to push this tab back to take it apart. You're going to slide it right in here in between this thing and push this tab back. And you keep pushing it back until this thing pops up a little bit. And from there you just kind of twist back and pull forward at the same time. And that's how you get it to pop up. So we got it loose. Okay, there's our control board. I'm gonna get to a little bit of access to it and come back here. Went ahead and just unplugged everything off of it here. It looks like you got a little tab right there. A little tab right there. Move to the right. Should be got it loose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop loose the tabs on the sides here. I guess you got a screw right there too, just so you know. That right there, the control board. And then I'm going to pop loose all these tabs on it. I'm going to open it up. I want to see if there's anything burn out on the board. Pop capacitors, anything like that. See if this thing's salvageable. Okay guys, looking at this control board here, and I see something right off the bat. Okay, or all that noise it made and everything. Okay, that noise, okay, is almost like ripple on the line. Okay, when you hear it like that, it's I don't know. There's a term for it, and I don't remember what it is. Okay, but it's the harmonics of electricity. Okay, it's another. I don't know. It's the best way I can explain it. Okay, but whenever you can kind of hear that stuff. Okay, whenever it's off and it's trying to compensate for it, you know, you'll hear the control board kind of try to compensate for that. So, but basically, I'm going to tell you, I see a cap right away. It's bad. That thing is blown up. I would probably replace every one of those caps. At least test them, make sure that they're good. Then try this board back out, I guess. Or replace it. It's up to you. If you don't want to mess with the caps, now I'm going to tell you that the only time I've done a cap on this board right now, it didn't work out. It was still bad. But that's not for every one of them. Hopefully this one is going to be a good one. If the customer wants to go that route. But what I do is replace them capacitors, and then go ahead, test run it, run your checks, Go ahead and do your calibration mode, all that. See if it comes up any more errors. Test run it. You're gonna run it full cycle. Sometimes it won't even show up until you run a full cycle if it has an error. Sometimes that speed sensor is real bad about it. I don't know if the LED likes to wear down as it runs, and then short out, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, those speed sensors can act up after it's been running for a while. But it's a bad board, okay? Bad cap. May have more damage, may have less damage, who knows? But that's where we're going to go from here. Alright, thank you guys. I'll get back with you on the rest of it. Alright, we're back here. You have to excuse the fan, it's pretty hot here in Tulsa. Let's see here. We got that control board back together. I went in and replaced the capacitors on it. Well, I replaced all of them. There's what looks like 5 there, 2 big ones, and then a couple little ones there. I matched the farad and the voltage on all of them except for that one. That one was a 6.3 volt. I went to a 10. Try to cover the, try not to let it blow again. I don't know if it's rising above that or not, but I went ahead and did that just to make sure. But we got all them changed out. I do know the two at the back there. I don't have an ESR meter to test these with. I have a capacitance meter, but those two didn't. They didn't fail on the capacitance side, but they didn't equal. In other words, one was slightly off from the other, so I didn't want to have them in a place where I think they push and pull for them to be different. They should be the same, was my opinion was. So I went ahead and I just replaced them anyway, and they're cheap. I mean, and I did put what are they called? I don't know what it's called. Yeah, Nichicons. Anyway, the good ones. As soon as it comes to me, I'll say it. But we're gonna slap that boy back on there and put it all back in place and give it a test, and we'll get back with you. I did notch out that cover for that one capacitor I changed. Alright guys, got the control board back on. We're gonna find out if this works or not. I'll go ahead and put it in test mode here. First thing we want to do is put it into calibration after we replace this board. So on page 4, calibration mode. Okay, it looks like it's to be a rinse light. You should see the rinse light. When we hit start, it's going to run for a minute here. I'm just going to let it run through. If it stops, I will start back up, but there's no reason to just let video run. Alright. Let's see if it passed. Okay. Now we're going to go through automatic test mode, which is okay, automatic test mode, which is the spin light. Okay, so we'll do our deal here. Just want to let this run through, see if we come up with any errors. We'll go from there. Well, guys, we made it through. I think this is good to go. We really ain't gonna know for sure until the first cycle's been ran through. If that sensor is gonna have an issue, but that's something that's just gonna have to, be tested with time. So from here, I'm gonna say this is good to go. If I have another issue, I will report back. Of course, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comments, anything. Thanks, guys.